Alright, let's do it. Hey, welcome back to Distance. On the 7th of October 2019, I posted my song Squares to YouTube. In doing so, I sent myself down the autistic rabbit hole of music exploration. For the next 3 years, I would aimlessly experiment with music, experimenting with drum textures like Heartbeat, different effect experiments like those found in Echo Calls. I would also make some music for friends like the Discovery remix and A Gang in Pink. I also wrote several albums, in order they were Free, a mixtape of random melodic experimentation, Tonal Shift, an album exploring a little bit of microtonality, Wonder, an album dedicated to rhythmic confusion, 45, an album in which each track is themed after a single-digit number, Microtones, an album dedicated to microtonality and fully exploring Zen harmony, Rec, an album dedicated to weird percussive elements and weird effect manipulation. 5 Sides to a Pentagon, a mini album dedicated to the pentatonic scale. Soundtrack, one of my greatest works, a full video game story from beginning to end with 4 distinct chapters and 16 tracks in total. And finally, Weird Rhythms and Other Stuff, an album breaking rhythm as much as possible in several different ways. Among these albums are the songs I've released outside of them, like Microtonal Flock, Flooded Floodlights, Chambers, and of course, we can't forget about Awesome. After these first 3 years of making music, I released 3 Years of Music, an 8.5-hour compilation of almost all the music I had written up to that point. I consider it not only a showcase of everything I did up to that point, but also just to show how passionate I am for music. And I think it's time to do it again. Since the release of the 3 Years of Music compilation, I have experimented even more with the ambience. I even got my first kalimba and started using it in music, and got a bunch of others and also a few tongue drums. I also managed to work myself to the point of burning out and essentially took a break during I took a break in 2024. A long break. I can also sing now, that's a different thing, that's a thing I learned. Since the 3 Years of Music compilation, I've written even more albums. In order, they are Everywhere Everywhere, an ambient exploration into anxiety. Let's try this one. 2112 75 Watt 3 448 212 40 13 12 2 2112 75 Watt 3 448 212 40 13 12 2022 Watt percent What, an album exploring fast music with each track being a number representing something on the internet. Throwback, an album made entirely with Jumbox, my original DAW before getting FL Studio in early 2021. Experiments A and B, 2 mixtapes just fucking around with random ideas. All the stuff I did for Spin Tunes and Form. Seriously, I wrote a lot of stuff for Spin Tunes. Fluid Liquid, an album dedicated to dreambeats, a genre that has absolutely engulfed me and everything I work on. And Ellipses, an album all about weakness and secrecy. It literally has an ARG in it, and it's still not solved yet. I am speaking out of character, and I don't care. Among these albums are the songs I've released outside of them, like Liquid Brick, Workaround, Slips, Followin' Is, and even full dreambeats tracks like Jerome's Beach. After 6 years of music, it's time to do it all again. On October 7th this year, 6 Years of Music will be premiered onto my channel. It's time for another celebration of independently made music. See you there. I hope.